Why come they have not been able, to fix the problem of the level of the insecurity in Nigeria? That for me is a bit of concern. And every time we come out, I'm just going to rely probably on the next 5-10 minutes. I just saw the news that 50 farmers were by somewhere in Katsina state. And this is what our governors that had their Southwest engagement yesterday. Firstly, there's a wrong narrative tó ń lọ pé àwọn governors ti adopt the Yoruba nation anthem. I didn't see that in their communique. So gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń jubilate pé àwọn governors wa tó sọ̀rọ̀ ní Southwest lánàá, they've used Sanwo-Olu as the new chairman of the governor forum after the death of Akeredolu. There is no evidence or no information to confirm that. So this information that our governors have accepted and adopted the Yoruba Nation anthem, it is not what the communique said. What the communique actually said is that they are going to improve more on the agricultural sector in Yoruba land, and they will probably be doing some other things, but nothing of Yoruba anthem was mentioned. Now, if you are saying to people to go back to farm, we want our farmers to relocate back to their farm and do as much of what they can do. But what about the level of the insecurity for them? Who provide the security for these farmers? And this is what our governors should be discussing and deliberating, how to make sure that Amotekun, the farmers, hunters, the Agbekoyas, and many other security can be provided for every part of Yoruba land, and then people will return back to farm. You can't be telling people to go back to farm when we don't have adequate security, because those that are killing us are currently in those forests, and the pie continue, and the level of these in àwọn tó ń pààyàn kò kúrò nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, kò kúrò nílẹ̀ Haúsá, kò kúrò nílẹ̀ Igbo. It is an ongoing agenda at the West, because all these level of the insecurity that we are experiencing today in the present day Nigeria is because they want to implement and bring in all these their GMO food. Because if you cannot get to your own farm and do proper, organic farming, then you will have no other option to adopt the the GMO. And those are not good for our dudu. So this level of terrorism that is going on mostly in Nigeria is not just ordinarily. It is a deliberate act. And many of us that have platforms, many of us that have voices that are keeping quiet why these atrocities going on, one day people will eventually ask you why you refuse to speak up when people were being massacred. So I pray for the people that died again in Katsina State, just as many people that continue to be killed by the level of the insecurity. While I was at the Heathrow airport and making my broadcast, one of our listeners, Pastor Mo, confirmed that the in-law got killed by terrorists in Port Harcourt after they were kidnapped. What a pango. This was 2 days ago. So you can see that by the time we start pointing and bringing all these atrocities, you will notice that many people continue to be massacred and adopted, kidnapped. And you wonder, where is the military? The military that should be there are presently, in the southeast, creating havoc. The military that should be there to protect us are not there. And many of us that are coming out frequently talking about this, but the people that are also meant to be talking about it, they are nowhere to be found. I am not in Nigeria. I am 3,000 miles away from Nigeria. Before I would be kidnapped in this country, That means the British knows about it, because the British is meant to protect every citizen, regardless of whether my views agree with them for the creation of this crazy country called Nigeria or not. But the fact remains is that, where is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Why is this insecurity continue when he said that he will make sure that Nigerians are provided with adequate security? So let us see, it is important that the Yoruba governors that are telling people to go back to farm to provide adequate security. That is how far I can take you this afternoon. I just thought I touch on that because Boshe Mumi Nigbaya, Nimoshe Sariwa so, and again, it seems that the weather is not playing on my side right now. So Moki Bubu Alen Konsi, Adile Leri, Lagbara Elidumari. The center is no longer holding. T.Y. Danjuma said it. Every insecurity in Nigeria today is something that is involved by the same set of people that doesn't want it to end. It is a big business for many people, and as long as there's more insecurity, that means somebody is making large amount of money from it. You can ask Brotai, you can ask those that are in the military architect, until President Bola Ahmed Tinubu continue to come out and address this issue. Thank you so much, those of you watching me from the United States of America. Then, until he finds a solution, even before Nigeria will finally go into extinction, because Nigeria is going to collapse, but he still provide security for every Nigerian, regardless of whether they agree with his views, they disagree with him or not. It is the job of President Bola Tinubu to make sure that people in Nigeria have adequate security. And for many people that have lost someone, many people have died because of this crazy terrorism in Nigeria, I pray for your family, and I hope that one day the end will come true as we saw it. This is how far I can go. Koikimedia bringing the world closer to your doorstep. It is still the 11th day of the month of June 2024. It's coming up to about 60 minutes past 1500 hours. This is how far I'll be telling you. Bye for now.